the story of how Mary Poppins returned to cinemas. Mary Poppins, released in 1964, was Walt Disney's crowning achievement and the biggest success of his lifetime. But the success came with a cost. As documented in the 2014 film Saving Mr. Banks, Walt spent over 20 years trying to get the movie rights from the book series' author, P.L. Travers. While that movie did take some liberties with the behind the scenes story, including the fact that in real life she had already signed over the movie rights before pre production began, it was true that Travers clashed with almost every aspect of the story treatment, particularly the inclusion of the Jolly Holiday animated sequence and the songs written by the Sherman Brothers. While Saving Mr. Bangs deliberately had an open ending, Travers herself vehemently disliked the finished movie and not only never spoke to Walt Disney again after the premiere, but refused to allow any more films of her books. In the early 1990s, however, British theater impresario Sir Cameron Mackintosh approached Travers and pitched the idea of a stage adaptation. Again, the author refused at first, but eventually relented on the condition that nobody who worked on the Disney movie was involved. Shortly before her death in 1996, however, once Macintosh pointed out that the show would be a better success because of the familiarity of the Disney film, Travers finally gave permission for Disney's involvement and the Sherman Brothers songs to be used, in addition to the new songs that were written for the show. Mary Poppins the Musical opened in London in 2004 and on Broadway in 2005 and was a huge success. Because of this and the subsequent release of Saving Mr. Banks in 2014, negotiations began again between the Walt Disney Company and Travers' estate on a sequel to the original film, and Mary Poppins Returns was finally released in 2018, 54 years afterwards, one of the longest gaps between sequels in movie history. I guess you could say that the circumstances of the magical nanny jumping from screen to stage and back to screen was a case, or rather, a carpetbag of good fortune, don't you think?